Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another toy review. So today we'll be looking at the Alioramus or Alioramus, whatever you want to call it. And honestly, on my way back, I was doing a little bit of hiking, and on my way back I decided to stop by my local Target, and lo and behold, it was there, along with a few other of its wave mates. And honestly, this was the only one I kind of wanted to pick up because the rest were still repaints, and still no sign of Bumpy or the Scutosaurus. Did see the Postosuchus though, but that one I'm still thinking about. This one though, I honestly wasn't too sure about it, but I ended up pulling the trigger and getting this one myself. So yeah, let's unbox it and get into another toy review. Alright, so today I thought I would take a more traditional approach to toy reviews, kind of starting off at the back of the packaging. Again, all those other three were repaints, and just wasn't really too keen on picking any of them up. The Dimorphodon though is in the Camp Cretaceous line, which I thought was weird. It had that packaging, even though it was kind of a crazy repaint. But again, let's get into it. I always find these kind of like it's so hard to rip these open, because there's just really no point on resealing them. But it's a small figure, and it's also not like a Jurassic Park dinosaur, even though it looks really cool. So I'm okay with taking it out. I know a lot of people do like to keep them in the box, but I like just displaying them outside, and it's just kind of cool to have them out. Again, there's the little Alioramus packaging there. So overall, the toy at first glance was actually a lot different than I thought. With those promotional images, it was like a hit or miss for me, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna pick it up. But over just right when I saw it, I knew it was just well, that's actually a lot better than what the promotional images were, and I gotta pick it up. Let's take a closer look at this guy. Right off the bat, I'm really happy that Mattel made those spikes on the top of the head, just like that bright white, just to really accentuate it and kind of separate it from the other dinosaurs in the line. I feel like if they went, if my camera would focus here, but I feel like if they went with brown or red, it just kind of would have been lost in the figure. And I think the second thing I noticed was just the jaw itself is actually very thin. And it kind of surprised me here, because even with the Spinosaurids, with the Suchomimus especially, I would have really wanted a thinner or more slender jaw, just because that's kind of what the fossil counterparts have. And this one I was actually pretty surprised. I thought it would have been kind of a wide kind of Tyrannosaur kind of face sculpt, but no, it's actually really thin. And sorry, kind of my camera's focused. There we go. You can really see that the detail, and especially behind the eye, those kind of cool back feathers there. Really cool. And again, it's a Tyrannosaur, I believe. I'm pretty sure, especially with those two claws in the front. But those feathers on the top really kind of help differentiate it from the other stuff as well. If we take another look here on the side of the figure, again, sorry with all the camera focusing in and out, kind of pulling it back and forth. Those two kind of claws are actually facing the right direction for a Tyrannosaur. So again, another plus there. It is a lot smaller than most figures in the Tyrannosaur line, especially like the Tarbosaurus, but I think they're pretty good overall. Alright, so again, I thought we'd just kind of get a close-up view of all the detail of the figure, seeing both sides and all that. And honestly, this figure does have a lot of detail for the small size, and they really did manage to sculpt out a lot of scales and feathers. And you'll even notice on the tail, there's actually a few bumps on the very end of the tail there. Really cool. Another thing I noticed straight off the bat was the tail does have red paint, and same with a little bit of the legs too. A lot of times with these smaller figures, and sometimes even the bigger ones, they tend to just stop the paint of the kind of like the secondary color right at the end of the body, so it makes it a little bit easier just to, I guess, manufacture. But for this one, they went a little bit more down the tail and also on the legs too, so I feel like that really helps tie the figure together. And now you see on the top, if I can trying to get a better lighting of it, there we go. You can really see all those feathers at the very top of the head. A nice little tuft, and honestly, for a Jurassic figure, and especially like a Tyrannosaur, it's really kind of cool to see feathers. For me personally, I have a philosophy where it's like, if it's been in the Jurassic Park franchise and we've already seen it, I'm fine with it having scales, and I kind of prefer it. But if there's a new dinosaur they want to bring into the franchise, I don't mind having it kind of, have a more accurate look. And so here I thought that the head would actually have a swivel or something, but it actually doesn't. The feathers kind of look like the head might have a swivel on it, and I feel like with the attack packs they don't. But at the end of it, they just kind of had that kind of neck articulation. And what also surprised me, and this figure again full of surprises, the mouth opens super wide on this one. I wasn't expecting it to go that wide, but really helps you take a big old chomp out of whatever. So super cool. Again, with that head articulation, it's the neck and it's kind of just one piece. So honestly, I really thought, because just where it separates the feathers and the kind of the skin on that joint, it looks like it was gonna move left or right, but no. So yeah, overall, super cool figure. Really enjoyed it. I think it's just kind of a cool, unique sculpt, especially with all the little attack packs. We get a lot of variety when it comes to those, because I think it's a time for Mattel to kind of make something cool and different for a cheap cost, and I really like this one. So yeah. So I thought I would just give a little size comparison with another figure that pretty much everybody should have, or at least the Velociraptor sculpt, just because it is a pretty new figure, and back on my Instagram people are still trying to look for it, and everybody was asking me where I got it from, all that kind of stuff. So if you were interested in the size, there you go. I realized in my Majungasaurus review, even though we kind of covered a lot, I did forget the main kind of talking points of when you do review a figure, just like size comparisons and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully now, with this newer figure, because I feel like a lot of people kind of already covered most of the newer releases, I found that just even with I did get the Dilophosaurus, the Legacy Collection, or I guess you can say the Amber Collection, and also the new Dennis Nedry that was that online San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I got those two, and I was debating on reviewing them, but I realized just everybody's already reviewed that kind of stuff, and I'm a new channel, so I'm still starting out. So I figured if I did get a new figure, and pretty much there hasn't been any reviews of it yet, I thought I'd give it a crack and give it a shot, I guess. But this is the one I managed to find. Again, the Dimorphodon and all of them, they were available. The Postosuchus I saw, so hopefully if you can't get this guy, there's a bunch of other great ones in the line. I really like this figure, honestly. It was, again, I have a few kind of figures that I've been eyeing, and I wasn't too sure, especially just because, again, I gotta pace myself when it comes to this kind of collecting. And also, I almost forgot the kind of the scan code for the app, if you can see it there, hopefully. But yeah, super cool figure. I really liked it. So hopefully you get that scan code. It's always so hard to get. But hopefully we can all kind of start to get all these figures back. And I have to say, Mattel, they've been making so many cool releases, but it's probably Target's fault, because we can't get any stock. And this is the first new stuff I've seen in a long time. And yeah, I kind of stopped going to Target, but just on the way home, I decided to just check it for fun, and look at that, managed to find this guy. So happy hunting. I hope you guys managed to find this guy. If there's any also comments or suggestions you want to see, or any other toy reviews, or also figure designs, because I do kind of drawing, so if you want to see a dinosaur get drawn in the Mattel kind of style, let me know in the comments below. Thanks, guys.